Welcome back to, what's our podcast name?
It's been so long, I forget.
I might unbutton a button of my pants.
Should we like turn the camera off?
No, leave it on. Actually, zoom into this. Hi, everyone. I love how this notes app says like when we were supposed to record the pod last time, and it was October 21st.
I didn't even realize
I know. And like some of the stuff was like not relevant at all, and now it's 6 months later. But it's actually a good thing because I don't even remember the entire month of October.
Well, I was probably busy. That's my dad's birthday, so.
On the 21st?
Mm-hmm. So I was probably like busy.
Okay.
So I'm glad that we did.
Don't rub it in that you know your dad's birthday and I don't.
Oh, yeah, right. I forgot. Literally,
I didn't.
That was like a staple of my friendship with you at one point.
Yeah,
it was like that you don't have a father.
I know all of our jokes used to be about me not having a dad, and then I kind of cut the jokes out a little bit. Like I used to make, you can move the pillow behind you. Make yourself comfy. Are you not comfy?
I wasn't. Now I. Shut up.
Was that you? That
No,
was you.
No, yeah. Wait, should I like turn that off?
You can just mute it. That's what I do. I just mute my computer. Like this is.
There.
Oh,
yeah, look at
okay.
that.
All right.
Okay.
Wow, we've been gone, but it doesn't really matter because I don't remember the last few months of my life anyway.
Oh my God.
So
I wish I could forget them.
you want to try some Mayan medication I have?
Yeah.
It's good. That's been a core thing on our podcast, and something's never changed is that my memory issues.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's just a core thing in your life.
What was I taking? Oh yeah, omega-3. What's that's so fucking ironic that I'm like, what was I taking for my memory again? What's supposed to help? Oh, omega-3.
Oh, right, yeah. At least you can remember that.
I started taking magnesium though for my nightmares at night, and that helps. If you want the best sleep of your life, take magnesium before bed. It's
Why
really
am
good.
I thinking of milk of magnesia a thing?
I know what you're talking about, and yes, I think you're supposed to take it. I think before sleep. I think for nightmare.
Like,
yeah, but no, I just take regular magnesium.
Oh.
Yeah, this is a new.
Where do you get it?
I got it from Target.
Oh,
You can get
like a pill?
Mm?
Oh.
You want some?
Maybe I'll wake up from this nightmare.
You want it? You want it? It's good. You want it? No, thank you. Okay. Okay, so this is our first episode in a long while back.
A really long time.
And now there's a video podcast form. I'm going to stop making promises or explanations or whatever. Don't even worry about where we've been for the last 6 months.
You've seen where we've been.
You've seen where we've been. A very dark place.
Like mentally and physically.
Bad. But now we're on my couch in my apartment.
Philadelphia.
And Jake might
be the greatest city in the world.
I know, literally. This is the dark place.
Remember Get Out? Like
I never watched Get Out. I just started watching movies recently. I've become like a movie connoisseur.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. We watched Fresh together. Do you remember that?
I know. I liked it so much I watched it 3 times.
You did?
Yeah.
That's surprising. That's like a really scary movie.
No, I loved it. I showed G and then I showed my mom. And my mom at the end of it, we got like into a small little fight. And she was loving the movie the whole time. And then at the end of it, she goes, "It was okay. It was all right, I think."
Oh.
I know.
I feel like she was thinking about maybe like what that means for young women like you.
Yeah.
You know?
At the end of every single time that I show her like a movie, I'm like, I really want to show you this. She always questions me. She goes, "Why did you want to show me this so bad?" Like,
I feel like she's like, "Did you just want me to worry about you?"
Yeah, she's like on to me. Like I showed her Beautiful Boy with Timothée Chalamet, which if you don't know, the entire movie is about Timothée Chalamet playing this character
who does drugs.
Yeah. But like it's based off of a real true story. And it's an amazing movie and I absolutely loved it. I never read the book, but I was like, "Mom, I really want to show you this movie. It's just so good." And at the end of it, she goes, "What are you trying to tell me, Nicole?" And I was like, "I'm not doing crystal meth. I just really wanted to show you this movie because it's such a good movie. And I thought you might think that Timothée Chalamet is kind of a cutie." But anyway,
I'm sorry she didn't like it.
It's okay.
But at least there's Fresh.
Yeah, at least
a
there's
movie
Fresh.
about young women getting kidnapped and also
I liked it a lot.
Cut into little pieces.
I like the aesthetic. I started like adding the soundtrack to my thing. I'm like very awkwardly placed on the couch.
The aesthetic of Fresh?
Yeah, it was filmed really beautifully. If you guys don't know what Fresh is about, you should watch it. I don't even want to spoil it.
I just spoiled it.
Oh. Everyone knows what it's about. I'm pretty sure it says it.
You're like, I don't want to spoil it for those of you guys. Oh, everyone's seen it.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
everyone's seen it at this point, and if you
No.
haven't, that's on you. But we're in my little apartment now in Philadelphia. A lot has changed in this time. I did move. I moved to Philly. I moved back, which is really funny because I've been trying to look for this tweet that I tweeted. I think I deleted it because I was too embarrassed about myself. But I basically said, like, sometimes I know that I'm really down bad when I start considering moving back to Philadelphia again. Because if you didn't know, we went to college here and that's how we met. And so then I left and I was like, okay, I'm never going back to Philly. And then I considered it a few times. I'm like, you're crazy. You're so stupid, Nicole. And then I did, and I'm having a great time, and I'm very happy.
glad you're here.
Yeah, me too. And then today we're trying to convince Jake to move to Philly, which that is my goal. I tried to wrangle all my friends.
Every single person you know, you're like, you would do so well in Philly.
I know, but I did that too when I was planning on moving to New York City, which was my plan for a very long time.
That's true. Nicole was like, would you consider living with Adam?
Yeah,
in New York City.
I was like, this will be best case scenario. He loves dogs. Like, he will absolutely love Tucker. Like, this will be perfect. And it was when, apartment prices were cheaper, and now they're like at an all-time high. So I'm happy.
Well, and like all those people who bought apartments for really cheap are now getting their rent like
and
hiked up.
they're leaving.
I've
New
seen
York City.
so many people on like TikTok who are like, we had an affordable apartment and they just raised it by $1,500.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
Crazed.
But a lot of people are
Literally
actually
insane.
moving to Philly from New York. Like, they're all moving to Fishtown. So
Everybody? The entirety of New York is
all
coming to
of
Fishtown.
New York is
Oh
in
my
Fishtown.
God.
If you
Right
want
now.
to meet the Brooklyn baddies, they're in Fishtown,
They're
Philly.
like, New York.
Yeah, if you don't know what Fishtown is, it's basically just a very gentrified area of Philadelphia, which has like a bunch of like little snazzy cafes and clubs and like fun things
Like
to
vegan
do.
places
Yes,
to eat.
but then you walk around and you literally feel like you're on a college campus.
It's like weird there.
yes,
Fishtown, I do like Fishtown, but it's also like a very much like one road
Yes.
that like goes right through it. And
Yes.
it's like the busiest road you've ever seen. And
Yes.
then also like the most hodgepodge like round of shops and things to buy.
Yes.
And like half of them are thrift stores or consignment stores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're very like overpriced as well.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, completely. It's ridiculous. How much did we pay for how much did you pay for a Kewpie from there? And also they're like really like weirdly defensive of their stuff. And
They
we're like,
are.
oh, is that for sale? They're like, actually that's part of the private collection here.
You cannot touch
You
it.
cannot
Don't
touch
even
it. Don't
look
even
at
look at
it.
it. How actually we're insulted that you even asked.
Yeah.
Out.
They okay, if no one knows, I basically started this like whole obsession with Kewpies, which are these like little cherub babies. Can I tell the story of how I became obsessed with Kewpies?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
but
tell a
also,
story.
like, yeah. I mean, we have one in the background.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can see that.
I don't think so, but they're all over my apartment now. I just have a few, but I refuse to like buy them online. I want to come across them naturally, which is why I'm getting a tattoo.
It's like a little baby in the wild.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, you're coming home with me.
You're coming home with me.
Basically, did you know that's Chris Clemens' voice?
It is? Oh my gosh, I've used that audio like
Yeah.
once and then I reference it in my life
Yeah,
like
it's Chris Clemens.
a lot. Every time I steal a cup from a restaurant.
Oh,
Have you
yeah.
ever done that? Mm-mm. Oh, it's a rush.
Okay, next
like-
time. Today when we go for lunch.
Yeah, we're gonna be like, we'll take that in a mug.
Yeah. Can we get the nicest mug that you have?
Yeah,
please?
that's a cute mug over there.
The
What?
most intricate one possible.
And then we purposely ask, we're like, how much is that
yeah.
mug if I wanted to buy it?
And they're like, no, it's part of our private collection. Don't
And
even
we're like,
think about it. Don't even
Not for
look
long.
at it. Basically, I was shopping for my apartment like a month prior to me moving in. And I was just like, I want to be prepared. I want to have like a good collection of things to move into this place because most of my apartment I got like secondhand or I thrifted or whatever. So I was hitting up a lot of like antique stores around me. And there's this one in this like quiet middle of nowhere town not too far from me. Did you move your mic away from your mouth because you were worried you were breathing into it?
Yeah, I'm like,
Mouth breather.
sometimes with my allergies. Oh, with my with my allergies. No, my allergies have been so bad. Like I feel like I'm breathing through my mouth so much
It's
more now.
Clemmy doing that too.
Does that
sorry.
happen to you? Like where you're like,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm constantly congested
Yeah.
because of the changing of the weather.
I'm sorry. I can move the air purifier out here, but It's medical grade.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
You stole it from the hospital?
on the listing, it was like, it can filter COVID. I was like, no way.
You were like, sign me up.
Yeah, I was like, I'm buying this.
You're like, they could probably use this somewhere, but I'm going to keep it in my little
I
private
know.
apartment.
I was like, I'm going to filter out tuberculosis from my apartment. But
in case I have tuberculosis.
yeah, in
okay,
case.
yeah.
But basically, I went to this like huge antique place in the middle of nowhere. It's like this very, very country town. I walk in and some of the decorations immediately were like concerning to me. I was like, I feel like, because it's all shop full of different vendors, so they have their own collections of things. Like they have like hundreds and hundreds of vendors where they like rent a small space.
Right. It's like the little booths.
Yes, the booths.
I hate those.
Oh,
places.
yes.
It's always like old
Yeah,
people.
but sometimes they have really
those.
cute things. Like one time I went to one and then I got like this whole like mimosa glass set with ducks on it.
The one up in your cabinet? Yeah,
I've
that is
never
cute.
even
I didn't
had
know
a
that
mimosa. And
No?
but I just wanted those because
Mimosas are so good.
well, I have the cups for it. And I like the
Do you
one
have orange juice and champagne?
I don't have either of those things.
Okay, so we're not going to have
I know,
mimosas.
so sorry. I was like, I should just start drinking
A
like
little mosa.
I should start drinking my little like milk out of it.
Milk.
The oat milk. Oat milk, yeah.
Don't buy this.
Yeah, it's really
Why
bad.
why would you even mention them if you hate
Sorry.
them?
Okay.
People would pay a lot of money for you to mention them.
I'm never gonna get sponsored by Malk, the company, but I bought it because I was like, oh, I'll try a different oat milk this time, and it's just pulpy oat milk. I can't stay on track. But point of the story is, I went to this booth place, and I find this whole booth of like dolls and like knickknacks like that, and there's a couple there. And I'm like, oh my God, I just saw like Cupies a few weeks ago because I got a tattoo, and at the tattoo parlor, I even featured at like in my video these two like little
in the
Cupies
thumbnail.
hugging. Yeah. And I was like, I have no idea what these things are. Like I've never seen them before, but they're so fucking cute. And I was like, I would totally get a tattoo of that. Like it's just adorable. And this couple had this whole booth of a bunch of Cupies. And I was with Adam, my boyfriend, and we're like looking at this whole thing. And the old couple's like, you know what Cupies are? And I go, I just found out what they are. Like I just found out.
The creepy man.
The creepy
No.
man. The creepy man. And so the woman was pretty shy, and the guy was not shy at all. He was very like outgoing and loud, and he's telling us about the history of Cupies and like how they're just like little cherubs that are supposed to like signify being merry and kind wherever you go. And he's talking about how they have this whole collection, and how his wife, who's standing with him, that in their home they have a whole room filled with Cupies, and they like these are basically all doubles of what she has. Like whatever she sells are just duplicates of what she already owns.
How did she get so many?
They're just collectors. And so he was like, oh yeah, the way that she got obsessed with them was because when she was 16, she got wrapping paper and it was covered in Cupies, and that's like she got wrapping paper on a gift, and that's how she became obsessed
Does she
with
still have the wrapping paper?
Cupies. I don't know, you should ask
Probably.
her. And I have their contact information.
No.
And they were like,
Why did you do that?
they just gave it.
They gave it to you. They're like, you seem nice.
Yeah, they're like, here you go. Adam's
Yeah.
like slowly backing away. And he goes, and she was just so hooked on Cupies and so obsessed with them. I was surprised that her father let me take her to a Cupie convention when I was 22 and she was 16. And we went to like a 4-day Cupie convention in like
4 days?
in like Minneapolis or something.
What is there to do with Cupies
They
for 4
still
days?
do that. It's either like Minnesota, Minneapolis, Massachusetts, one of those.
Is there one happening this year?
Maybe. And maybe we could go. Oh my God, that would be such a fun like thing if we went to the Cupie convention.
It would be literally so scary.
We
but
can go. Wait,
I would love the story.
but they hold it all year. And basically, like, he was like, yeah, when we told our 30-year-old son that story, he called me a pedophile. And Adam's like slowly backing away.
And then you got his number.
And then he just gave me his
And you're
contact
like,
information.
oh, that's so interesting.
I know, and
Could
then-
I have your number?
I proceeded to buy a Cupie, like, potted plant. The woman was, like, so shy in the background, but I'm going to look up Cupie convention.
Yeah, I wanna
When is
go.
one I would absolutely love
I don't
to
want to
go.
go for the Cupies. Just to be clear, I want to go for like, I want to go because I feel like it would be a nice social experiment.
Cupiesta. Cupie creator celebrated. Oh my.
Creator?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
The mind of the person who created
international-
Cupies must be fucked.
International Rose O'Neill Club Foundation, Cupiesta 2022. It's coming up! April 27th to May 1st. We have to go. Oh my God. We hope to see everyone to celebrate after a 2-year hiatus. Oh my fucking God.
How much are tickets?
It's in Missouri.
Missouri?
Yeah, I told you it was one of the M's.
Yeah.
One of the M places.
Where?
At the Westgate Branson Woods.
How much are tickets?
Several events.
This is a business expense.
Yeah, this is a fucking business expense. Wait, oh my God, I want to go so fucking. Wait, how do I get tickets? Help! I'm like, I need to go to this
the
thing.
QP. This is so messy.
QPiesta. And basically, I just started buying QPs, and like, I will only buy them. How far is Missouri from here?
A long drive.
I don't understand.
It's like a 4-hour flight. Is that normal?
Is what normal?
4 hours? Does that sound right? How long does it take to get to Florida?
Driving?
No, flying.
I think 2 hours. No.
How long did it take us to get to North Carolina? 3?
2?
2?
It's pretty fast.
I don't know. I have such a messed up view of like traveling time.
Missouri.
Oh my God.
Sorry, every
I
single
thought somebody was coming through the door.
So it's a 15-hour drive. It's a 14-day hike.
14-day hike?
Yes.
So wait, what's today?
7
If we start now, we can probably make it there.
7 hour and 25 minutes. It has 2 stops, a round trip from April 29th to May 3rd. How do they know that that's when I want to go? No, that's a plane. Guys, I guess we're going to Missouri for the QPiesta. Really, holy fuck. Wait, I think
I have work, but
you're going to take off.
You can, yeah, I'll let you talk to my boss. Wait,
that's coming up soon.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
You really want to go?
I do, because I am like looking for QPs wherever I go. I found this one tattoo artist. One of you guys actually sent me like her information.
You're gonna get a QP tattooed on you?
Yeah, in June.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's gonna be so cute.
Oh my gosh. No.
I know.
Is it gonna have the butt cheeks?
Like from the side, yeah. My mom was like, no more tattoos, Nicole. I go, well, I have one planned in June. She goes, what is it? I said, QP.
What'd she say?
QP. I don't remember. I don't know. Not much.
And after that, it was just elation in your head, and you just totally blacked out.
I'm so excited now. It's real. It's a real thing. A 4-day QPiesta.
Maybe we'll see those old people there.
But
I would like to go.
I just started like collecting them.
Little experiment.
Because they're so cute.
This is the trouble with.
Sorry,
blanket.
Jake and I are like intertwined on the couch together. Thank
Cover
you.
that up.
Put that thing away.
Put that thing away.
But that's all that's been new in my life since the time that we've been gone. Nothing else. I've moved and I got obsessed with QBs, and that's really about it.
And like that's been the highlights of the time.
And I'm still mentally stuck in like the holiday time. It's actually killing me that it's
what holiday? Christmas?
Well, no, like I'm still mentally like in October. Like I never stopped.
Wow.
I know.
I don't know where I am mentally. I don't think it's a month though.
You don't think it's here?
I don't think it's here, and I don't think it's really anywhere.
That's okay.
I'm in like oh gosh, I'm just like, what's up? Updates from my life.
Yeah.
I started a new job. Oh, I quit my job at Trader Joe's.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh, we don't have to bleep it out.
I know. We never did bleep it out, but we did give like a rhymey name that was like very clearly like he works at Trader Joe's.
Like Raider Hose or whatever.
I think it was Later Hose. Or
yeah.
I don't know. On Twitter I write Trader Jars like in a accent.
Like an Australian accent.
Yeah, but yeah, so I left there and now I work at a cafe.
He's a big boy.
Like a big boy.
You have big boy
like
managerial
big boy. Yeah,
position.
Like I'm basically loaded. Like not at all, not even close. But that's been nice.
Oh my god.
I'm happy to be out of Trader Joe's though, seriously.
That's the most exciting thing is when people quit their jobs and then we can talk shit.
I know you like literally love when people quit their jobs.
I love it. I convince my friend, well, I don't convince them, but like I try to encourage
like,
it all the time.
Quit.
My friend's a teacher, and whenever he like can't come and hang out, I'm like, literally quit. This is infringing upon our plans. And it's becoming just a lot when people have to work and not spend all their time with me.
It?
Yeah, it's very.
Imagine being the people who are working.
I can't imagine.
Literally couldn't.
I couldn't ever do that.
Having to wake up and
I know.
Be somewhere.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
God, that would be horrible.
No.
But Trader Joe's was not great, to be honest.
What really happened? How was your quitting moment? Did they take it well? Did they try to convince you to stay?
Honestly, no.
Did you give
they
your
would
2
never
weeks in?
try to. Yeah, I gave my 2 weeks, and then I called out for like the last week and a half.
Nah,
of
I
it.
think I convinced you to do that too. I
Yeah,
think
I just
was
like don't want to. I was like, first of all, I want to Irish goodbye this as hard as I possibly can.
Yeah, you're
you know,
very good at Irish
I love
goodbyes.
Irish goodbying. I did not want to speak. First of all of my friends had already left, so like I started in Trader Joe's or at Trader Joe's in July of 2020, and
You've been at the same location forever though, right?
no, I was working in Princeton, New Jersey
I
for a while, and I
remember
was
that.
going north to like 40 minutes for only like 3 weeks, which was fun. But then like I moved down to the store that I was actually
Wait, I
supposed to work
forgot
at.
about that.
You forgot about that?
Yeah.
It was like nice, I guess. I like Princeton. They sell alcohol at that one.
Okay.
But at the time I couldn't buy alcohol because I was only 20 years old.
Right.
But then I turned literally like the month after we opened the store that I ended up working at, I turned 21 and I was like,
And they don't sell
and
any
now I have
alcohol.
to, yeah,
there.
we didn't sell alcohol at my
They
store.
don't sell any alcohol at the ones nearby.
It's
here.
like a state thing. Like I don't know what Pennsylvania's liquor laws are, but I think that they're pretty stringent. Stringent, that means something.
astringent. The only word that I can
Strict?
associate with astringent is I think toner, because I think that's what they used to call it, like for your face.
Oh, never mind then. Strict.
Yeah,
There
sure.
are really strict laws surrounding
Okay.
alcohol in Jersey and here. But I was just like, I don't really want to say goodbye to anyone.
Yeah.
It just seemed like I didn't like anybody. There, hopefully nobody from my old job like listens to
Everyone's
this.
listening.
But like all my friends left probably, you know, starting like 3 months before I left. It was like this slow flow of like people leaving, which is totally
Yeah.
fine and it makes sense. Trader Joe's does not pay a lot of money. Well,
No.
they pay more than
Yeah.
normal places, but
I think
still
that's
it's not enough.
ridiculous that they paid you more during quarantine and then they took back.
Yes, Trader Joe's was paying me $4 extra an hour
Right.
to work there.
And then they took it
and then
back.
after the pandemic, which like whatever that means,
Right.
Like it was like May of 2021. They were like, we're not doing that anymore.
And they Irish goodbye you.
They Irish goodbye
that
my
shouldn't
money.
be allowed, that like you get paid more during a certain amount of time and then they take that back.
I know, it
That
was
shouldn't be
very
allowed.
odd. It was very odd.
That's
And like they were
ridiculous.
not nice about how they took
No.
it back. And they also were like they like took away one of our raises. So you get raises every like 6 months there. So you get like a review period and you get like a 60-cent raise depending on where you are. You can like max out at a certain amount of money. Everybody at Trader Joe's is making $16 to $25 an hour. But if you like are there long enough, which there are people at Trader Joe's stay forever. Like
Right.
and I remember working at Princeton, the old people who work there, because it's a store that's been around for a really long time. The old people would be like, if you want to survive in this company as long as I have, here are a few tips. And I'm like, how long have you worked here? They're like, I've worked here the last 23 years. And I'm like, I don't want to
Right.
survive in this company. I'd rather die in this company. If I make it to 25 years here, like I have failed personally.
I'd rather pass away.
I'd rather pass away
in like the
in the meat aisle of Trader Joe's.
Oh yeah,
I
I never entered that corner.
I'd rather take parts of my body, package them up, and sell them
Fresh.
No, but like seriously, it was like everybody there is, if they're really old, they're like super indoctrinated in it.
I was
And
gonna say, are they happy?
you get tired. Like people get burned out at jobs. I totally understand that, but like I was like yelled at Trader Joe's
Yeah.
multiple times, like by people who were my equal.
Yeah.
Maybe they had worked there longer, but we're still the same, you know, like crew is what
Yeah.
we were called. And like I just don't think that there should be any yelling
No.
in like any capacity,
No.
basically ever. If it's gonna be like aggressive, I think like at a concert you're like, but like not like if you're like angry.
Yeah.
Like I just work at Trader Joe's and you just work at Trader Joe's. It
Right.
shouldn't be like a personal issue, and that's the issue. Is that once you're there,
They get so far
They
in
get
deep.
so far into it that it's like this is their lives, and like
Yes.
this is what they do. Totally respect anybody who wants to go and do that, and you know like. It's nice because Trader
Right.
Joe's does hire like a very diverse age range, which is great. But
It
like,
becomes an issue
it
once
becomes
they
an
start.
issue. Yes, like when they can't separate themselves from their store. I was yelled at my store. This is like this was like this was actually the day before we got the call to go to North Carolina for the Mr. Beast video. I got screamed at in the back room. We have these things, they're displays called end caps at Trader Joe's. If you've ever been to a Trader Joe's, you know, you've seen this. It's just like the most of one product you've ever seen at the end of an aisle. And the man running it, his name was what? If you're out there, hey,
we're coming
for you. Well, he ran displays. So like there were section leaders. I really like feel like I'm giving like a whole class on like how Trader Joe's works, but like if you want to work at Trader Joe's, I'll let you know like what it's like.
Because I think Trader Joe's is seen as this like mysterious company that everyone's like in love with, because I think people add personalities to corporations.
Exactly.
And it's like that's the point, they're designed to do that.
Like literally like Trader Joe's, everything Trader Joe's does well is because of the people that they hire, which is great. Yeah, like they have made a brand on just who works there, which is so great.
But that's like my issue, like from a very like, I don't know, from many years ago, I realized like when people had this like strong association to like their colleges and they would be all about them, like you are not realizing that that is all just branding, and you are getting sucked into it, and you like participating in it to like an unhealthy extent, or giving all your money to these places. It's bad, and it's contributing only to it. And like at the end of the day, all it is just a corporation that is taking your money and exploiting you and manipulating you and exploiting their workers and everyone else. And there's bad practices almost behind every single corporation. And their personality is run by people like you, like adding to it. It's great to feel a part of a community, but in my opinion, it's just better to be a part of like an actual community rather than treat a corporation as a community.
It is exactly what like it's this like millennial view of businesses where like they feel like we're a family. Here's our values.
If a company ever says we are family, run
away. They are not going to treat you well, because you know what? Family doesn't necessarily treat you well all the time. So like that's what they're saying is they're like we will disown you. Like that's essentially.
Who says that? When you're here, your family, Olive Garden is trying to extend from your family, from their workers to their customers,
so that you'll come back. Yes, they're gonna show you their hospitality.
So that's why I just like cringe whenever people will like, and I'm guilty of it too. Like there's things that I love.
I mean,
like,
you worked at Chipotle for a long time.
Oh yeah, well I was like obsessed with Chipotle up until I worked there, because I was like, I love their values, I love them and I like got sucked into this whole thing because it's capitalism at the end of the day. But like like I was obsessed with like, for example, like Lush, like, and I'm like, I fucking love Lush, like anything about them, and like you view this thing as a personality when in reality like the people behind it are getting exploited. Or like I'll see tweets and they're like, Trader Joe's is my safe, happy place. And it's like they're treating their workers probably badly. And that doesn't apply to every single person who's ever worked there, because some people will have good experiences, and that goes for like anything. But that also comes down to the managers that work there, because them as a company themselves will likely not ever treat you as a person well, because if they would be paying you a whole lot more than just a below livable wage or just barely starting
right
wage.
And so like like there's like this huge kind of there's a Facebook group for there's a Facebook group for Trader Joe's crew members. It's called TJ's Employee Break Room. And it's actually just for crew. So like anybody working in, so there are like 3 stages of a person that you can be at Trader Joe's. Crew, that's like baseline, like what you get hired on usually. There's mate, and those are the shift managers. And then there's captain, and those are like the store, like the single person who is responsible for like the entire store and who answers to your regional, like, or the regionals who are responsible for multiple stores, but like on a more hands-off kind of approach.
Right.
Like it's a very basic business model. But in the forums, there's like a huge debate. Anytime somebody says like, you know, this isn't good how they're treating us, there's like the slew of old people who are there and they're like, this is the best job I've ever had. I don't even know what you're talking about. You know, they treat us so much better than other companies. Okay, and I'm not arguing that Trader Joe's treats their employees better than other companies, but I am going to say treating better than other companies is not a good baseline to like think about like is this good?
That's
like
the same mentality of when people are like, if you don't like America, why don't you go to Saudi Arabia because they treat us better in America
yeah,
than
and
they
then
would in any other country.
okay, we're sitting here like, okay, but why is that preventing us from like saying what's
Also,
wrong?
why are you eating the ass of a company
Yes.
so bad?
Oh my god, it's because these people grew up in like the 70s.
Yes.
And they're like, this is the best job I've ever had. It's like, yeah, because you were working for like a nickel. So much has changed. I knew a lady who worked, we called her it's like, that's like a prison name.
Oh.
It wasn't her prison name. It was just her last name. Her first name was oh my god, I should not. I'm literally kidding.
You should definitely.
I'm gonna bleep that out.
You should definitely bleep these names out, but leave this part in because that's hilarious. You're giving out their full government name.
I feel like I'm like that TikTok sound where it's like, that was too good. Let's get the bill, and it's like us at our local Applebee's, like dropping first and last names.
Or what's the one thing, the one sound where it's like, if someone like offers me like, I don't know, like the Dyson Airwrap like fully for free
names. Oh, and it's
for
like,
names.
and it's like Tom's house was broken into. That's literally me.
That's what it took nothing. We gave you absolutely
I know.
nothing.
Literally, you're just like letting me talk for more than
And you're
like
like,
2 seconds.
her
and, like,
first
her first name was and her last name.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm like, oh my god.
Well, let's just call her.
You can just continue out.
I'm just gonna say okay,
Okay.
because that's not her real name.
Okay.
So was like this, just like rundown woman.
Oh my
Rundown.
god, Jesus Christ.
Rundown. She's like definitely in her like
That's how you talk
late
about a
60s.
building.
Dilapidated.
Dilapidated, rusty,
old,
abandoned
woman.
haunted.
No, and like I can like say all these things about these people, and like there were good moments with people, right? Like I made really good friends at Trader Joe's who I sometimes talk
Lifelong
to.
besties.
Lifelong besties. This is so bad. Like I feel like people are gonna come for me for saying all this.
No, I don't think so because most of the people who are listening to this are probably also working for a company that they probably don't love. And like how many
I'm
people
like definitely need to bleep out all these
Well,
names.
how many
I
people-
can't wait for my friends to. I hope my friends listen to this podcast from
Just
Trader
send it
Joe's
to
because they'll be
them.
like, if we title this "Exposing Trader Joe's," I can guarantee that.
Oh, yeah.
I can guarantee that everybody I know
is gonna
is
take a
gonna
listen.
listen.
What do you feel about when people are like,
I love Trader Joe's because the employees are always so nice to me and flirt with me, and they're trained
Yeah,
to flirt.
I'm gonna let you
How
know,
did
like
you
that's
feel
not Trader. Okay, yeah, trained to flirt.
yeah, people think
it's so
you've
the
seen
opposite
that
of the
before
truth.
though, right? Like that people they're
Yes,
like
and it
I heard
annoys
that
me, and I'm
Trader
just like,
Joe's was trained to their employees are trained to flirt
Flirt.
with you so that they're always that's why they're always so nice.
I'm gonna tell you right now, we're not trained to do anything. I'm telling you, we get like 4 videos on like box cutter safety and like basic practices. Oh, micro breaks. We get
So-
a whole like 10-minute video on stretching. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Like we are told like, oh, you can make these kind of like exceptions. Like, okay, if there was a woman who would come in and her name Lynn, she would come. I was working the flower section. That was like the best part of working at Trader Joe's for me was
Yeah, I
that
remember
got
you
to
really
work
liked
flowers.
it.
It was amazing. And like I even like went when I was looking for a new job. I was like, I kind of want to go into like floral arts or and work at a flower
I
shop.
feel like you could definitely do that.
Right,
here,
I would
too.
love to do that. But and I want to like know like the ins and outs of like floral design and everything. But it's just like I don't think I'm at the place right now where I can like start at like a $9 an hour job doing like cleaning work. And I
Right.
just want to like jump in and like start learning and being like an assistant
Yes.
or something. Regardless, I every day or every weekend, it was like Sunday or Saturday, usually Lynn would come in and it took like a few weeks of starting at the store. I opened the store in the flower section, running it. And you kind of like when you run a section, they're called section leaders. You don't get paid any more to do it. You are a crew member still, but you have like all this responsibility of like merchandising, putting up your stuff and ordering. And I wasn't bringing in lilies, and she was never like angry or rude about it, but like she was like, "Hey, like, are you guys able to get lilies? Because my son passed away and I like to get lilies every weekend to put in his old bedroom." And I'm like, that's really sweet. And it's stuff like, and like, so when I learned, I worked in that section for a few good months. When I learned like the day that like of his passing,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, you have this option of kind of like writing things off at the store, and I
Mhm.
would be like, oh,
Like where you
just
give
take
things
the
for
lilies.
free,
You can
yes.
take, yeah, you can like give things. My friend's cat died,
Mhm.
and she left work early one day, and she was like really in tears and super sad. And I saw her over by the flower section, like picking out flowers, and there was long lines to those registers like all day, and I literally just went like, go, like just go home, like
Yeah.
take whatever flowers you want, because it's like stuff like that, like they really encourage you to do
Yeah.
that. And anytime if you like just had a reason for doing it, like somebody was having a bad day or something, if you're because they want to have those special connections. That's what Trader
Yeah.
Joe's thrives on.
They connections
They
and
really want that,
Mhm.
and they will let you do basically anything.
when you think
for
about
them.
it, it's so manipulative.
It's so manipulative. They're like it's your job to make one person's
Yes.
day like amazing.
And the intentions, you think like, oh, that's so pure because they're. I think
but it's literally just like, how can we get people to come
come
back
back.
here every single
and
day
have
and
good
allegiance?
responses.
Yes.
And make a tweet that's like, I
Love Trader Joe's. I'm pretty sure the guy was flirting with me.
Yup.
Like no, like we aren't told flirt with people. I
Yeah.
don't know. I think people mistake a lot of like just kindness for
Yeah.
like people being into people.
Or also, it's just that there's a lot of cool people who work at Trader Joe's, who choose to work at Trader Joe's, who are like probably outgoing or creative or
Yes.
nice people, and then it just automatically gets associated that, oh, it is Trader Joe's that is doing the good job, rather than
Yes.
oh, my cashier was
Like
a cool
cashier is a
fucking
cool person,
Yeah.
exactly, and nice.
Yeah.
So no, we're not trained to flirt with anybody. I feel like I'd be a lot better at flirting if if I was trained to do it.
The
but I'm
last
not.
time that I went to Trader Joe's, the girl and I, she was like, any plans for the rest of the day? Which is what I hear that a lot. And I'm like, oh, just like working. I don't know, maybe take a nap. She's like, yeah, I'm on my period. I feel like shit. I was like, me too, girly.
Girly, exactly.
And like, then we literally went on and she's like, oh my God, I started new birth control and like that's why I'm not feeling good. I was like, me too. And
See,
we're
like-
talking about birth control, but I didn't leave and I'm like, I love Trader Joe's. It's like,
because
I
that girl
love
is on her period and
Yes.
so am I.
Yes. I'm
yeah.
like, I love that girl for being a cool fucking
Yeah,
person.
she's
And
cool.
we just need to, I don't know.
There is like a good amount of freedom like that.
Like maybe some people might think who are listening like, oh, you're looking too deep into it. But like as someone who went to school to learn about advertising and marketing, we're like taught to associate. There's psychologists who work for Trader Joe's and are like, here's how to make your advertising better, because there's
Yes.
tons of psychologists who work in advertising, and like we need to
well,
start.
they don't do any advertising.
Oh no,
yeah.
yes, but they're part of the marketing plan. Who are then like part of
Literally,
the
like their
trainers
marketing
and-
team is literally like, how can we get other people to talk about it for free?
Yes, exactly, and like. But I think what we as people should start doing is stop being so in love with these corporations and like
Yes.
companies, and stop being so in love and obsessed with them. And maybe
Yes.
let's just not
Chill out.
Yeah, chill the fuck
Chill.
out, and not be obsessed with large things. You know, that's like why
The worst people to come through Trader Joe's are the people who are obsessed with it. Like truly. I think the best customers were like the ones who were like, I've never been in here before. And then like I can like be like, let me give you the rundown and
Yeah.
like, let me show you my favorite stuff here.
right.
Rather than like the people who are like, I watched a bunch of TikToks of Trader Joe's Karen, which like I don't know how people get like are not sued for putting Trader Joe's like in their names, but like they're like Trader Joe's secrets and stuff.
Mm.
Like I don't know how people get around that. I don't know
Yeah.
if they're planted by Trader Joe's or not. I feel like they could be. I don't know. Am I gonna get like sued for this? Like
No.
defamation?
No, you don't. No, because none
Nicole,
of
if
it,
I'm sued for this, you're
I'm
absolutely
pretty
paying for
sure-
my lawyer.
Okay, I could be completely wrong, but I'm sure defamation means that none of it is true. But everything you were saying is
Right.
true.
Well, I think the definition of truth is sometimes whatever the person suing. Like they can be like, we deny this all, and it is all
I think they
untrue.
care about the little podcast that we have.
I don't know, but I'm gonna.
I've talked
If I get
poorly-
sued, you are absolutely paying for
I
the
talked
lawyer.
poorly
Please
about
say that.
Temple in the past. They never reach out to me to like work
Chipotle?
with me. Temple, Chipotle too, but
Yeah.
like I mean like
No, yeah, but like
a lot of
nobody's ever reached out to you about Chipotle.
no, but like a lot of alumni are actually reached out to, like a lot of Temple alumni, like who are like social media.
Yeah, they've been like, yeah, it is shit over there.
They never have like contacted me ever again, and that's because I'm not going to speak positively about a place
that literally that you paid to go to.
But does that make sense? Like, I don't know. I think like it just like is so weird.
I need to like go look at like any paperwork I signed for Trader Joe's because
Go
like
ahead.
I don't know if like
Go
whatever.
ahead. Worst case scenario, you just literally bleep out the name every single time that we say it, and people are gonna get the hint of who we're talking to.
I feel like
we're talking about.
people do this with like pyramid schemes though. Like I watched LuLaRoe. Like you know Lula Rich.
Yeah, I know Lula.
Did you
Rowe.
watch that?
No, but you know how offended I am that last night I get a text from 2 people from high school who I'm still friends with,
Like,
and
do you sell LuLaRoe?
No. They were like, were you added to this girl's Facebook group for a pyramid scheme? I wasn't fucking invited.
That's
you know
ridiculous.
how offended I was? Oh my god, Clemmy's coming out. Hi, lady. I was not fucking invited. Why? Why can't I be
I look like somebody who would
she
fall
might
for that?
be listening to this podcast.
Hopefully.
And like in a way I'm like flattered. I'm like, okay, she knows I would never fall for her shit. But in another sense, I'm offended that I would not be invited to be a Scentsy girl. Why can't I be a Scentsy girl?
I would love it if you were a Scentsy girl.
That's what
they
I'm
have good
saying.
smelling things.
That's what I'm saying.
Scentsy.
I don't Adam just said there's an Australian Shepherd puppy 2 desks away from me. Adorable.
He's really living his best life. He got a new job. Congrats,
did.
Adam. And he
Yeah.
moved to Boston with my cousin.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm referencing? There was this girl who did a video where she was like when they go from speaking to singing in musicals.
Oh, yeah.
And she was like, I'm going to move to Boston with my cousin.
I didn't see that one.
Oh,
but
that's what I think
know.
about every time Adam said that he was moving
Yeah,
to
this comes
Boston.
out after the video. But yes, Adam and I are long distance again. So he's in Boston, but he's having an absolute great time because he loves his company and he loves Australian Shepherds, and now they're together. I was looking for my phone because I wanted to see what else we had to on our little silly list. Thank you so much.
Wait, I feel like I never finished talking about
Oh, I
Trader
know.
Joe's.
Sorry.
Do you want to talk about?
Yeah, I want to talk about Trader
Okay.
Joe's more. I was just gonna.
Why don't you wait?
The thing that I was.
What
gonna,
were we talking about with the Trader
The
Joe's?
last thing that we were saying was that people being nice, flirting.
I've been waiting a really long time to talk about this.
I know, and this doesn't have to be the last time that we talk about it. Oh, but like the one thing, that
we're starting. Surprise! We're starting a TikTok where we talk about our favorite products at Trader Joe's.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is that I like shopping at Trader Joe's because it's one of the cheaper places around here.
Agreed.
Like, there is a grocery store near me that is so expensive. It's $7 for a carton of milk. It's not a bougie grocery store by any means, but that's just how it is. Especially like when you're in kind of a semi-food desert, like it's gonna be fucking expensive. And then Trader Joe's is like cheaper.
Here is a semi-food desert.
Not here,
Oh.
but like in Philly in general.
In general, okay,
it
that's
has
fair.
like some.
You have a
just-
pretty close place here though that we found. It was nice.
Yes, yeah, that's
Yeah.
it's still expensive. It's
It
still
is
fucking
really, yeah,
crazy
that's true.
expensive. So
They have a lot of good
it's like, okay, either I milk my own oats. I'm done with the milk shit. I can't do that.
Don't milk your own oats.
You know it's bad
Just
when
spend the money to get good.
Oh
milk.
yeah. You know it's bad when Whole Foods is sometimes cheaper than some other places to get some like groceries. I'm like,
Is that
yeah.
true?
Oh yeah. To get milk from Trader Joe's is cheaper than to go to that grocery store over there around the corner.
Even with gas and everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Whole Foods scares me.
Trader Joe's is very affordable. I will
is.
say that. That's really nice. I will say like Trader Joe's is a really bad place to go if you like want like normal things.
Yeah.
Like you'd be surprised at the things that they just don't have.
Yeah.
Which is so odd because I would get people who are like, do you guys have like cayenne or something? And I'd be
It's
like,
no. But we do have the fiery hot.
yeah, we have a blend of a bunch of like different types of cayenne peppers, like
Yes.
that also is mixed with
Fermented.
lime and fermented and
Yes.
black garlic or something. And
Yeah.
it was like, okay, well, I need like a can of beans, like
Yes.
that aren't black or pinto,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like,
You're out of luck. You're
yeah.
out of luck. But I remember there was someone that I knew who, when like, basically, for any of you guys who don't know, or Clemmy, come. You're gonna be in the podcast now.
my
Say
God.
something. Oh, come on, Clem.
I knew this is how the podcast would be if we were in person.
I know, but isn't it better this way?
I edited a video of Nicole's one time. And literally like half of it was like Nicole delusionally like on her floor going like, Clem, come here.
Was it?
And then you're like, she's talking. It was so odd. Do you not remember that? It was when you were getting ready to move.
Oh,
and you
okay.
talked about this table behind us,
I
and I was like,
believe
I
you.
cut the whole thing out.
All day, me, like, at home is just me talking to Clemmy. And it's really good to talk to your cats, actually, like, because...
Yeah, and it's good to talk to your plants too, right?
Oh, really? Is it?
Yeah, because like CO2.
Oh,
from your breath.
and there, yeah, and if you're supposed to say positive things to the plants rather than negative.
Yeah, I did see a
like-
video about that.
Yeah, it's like if you call a plant ugly and bad, then it's not going to grow. But if you
Yeah.
call it beautiful and big but I remember there was this one person, you knew him, we used to work with him, and Wawa here especially in Philly is very loved and sought after, which is a whole other story. I will never understand the obsession with a gas station / convenience store.
Wawa.
I like the conveniency of it. Will I buy $60 fucking merch for Wawa?
I wouldn't do
Absolutely
that.
not.
I love Wawa, but like for so much more than like convenience.
Well, you
and
whenever we would call, you're like, I'm on my way to Wawa. I'm getting a sandwich and Ben and Jerry's, and then
Oh,
you would just
yeah.
be on the phone with me.
I love that.
Like I love their pretzels. Like sure, I love places, and I'm like, yummy in my tummy, whatever. But I remember this kid went to like the grand opening of like the biggest fucking Wawa.
Oh, on Chestnut.
Yeah, and
Who?
got. We'll cut it
Bleep.
out.
Oh.
R-Ray.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh,
And
I knew of him. I never worked
Yes,
with him.
and
Yeah.
he was like, I got this $60 sweatshirt that says Wawa on it. Nothing else. It doesn't even say the biggest Wawa in the fucking world. It just
It's like a normal
is.
sweatshirt.
And for me, it like it brings me sadness. It brings me sorrow into
Right.
like my chest. I'm like, you poor soul, let's free you from the chains of being obsessed
That's with
with.
a corporation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
That's people with Trader Joe's. It literally like I don't even understand it. Like some of Trader Joe's stuff is really good,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
but like most of it is pretty lackluster, and they have like weird combinations of things. Like okay, in October we get pumpkin empanadas and we get like pumpkin everything. Okay,
Oh.
pumpkin empanadas and pumpkin samosas.
Are you gonna talk about the racism factor about Trader Joe's?
Oh my gosh, can we like? I think everybody forgot about it.
I think no one wants to talk
Okay,
about it or
Trader
hasn't noticed.
Joe's has some of the most like racist names on their packaging. Okay,
Yeah.
this was like a controversial thing that happened right before I started actually at Trader Joe's. So like in 2020, people were like, "What?" They started realizing Trader Joe's, all their Chinese food is Trader Ming's.
Yeah.
Trader Ming's.
I remember when you and what else was there? There was
Trader Jose's.
Yeah.
Trader Giotto's, which is the Italian food. There's Trader Jacques.
What for French?
French, but like also I think it's for like a lot of the beauty supplies. Like you can buy lip balm.
Yeah.
Like a green 4-pack of
Yeah.
lip balm. It's called Trader Jacques. It's just weird, and people were
Yeah.
like, "You need to change the names," and they
And
were
they
like,
haven't.
"We will," and then they never
Never did.
They never changed the names.
If
it's,
they
it's like,
can-
why are they holding on to that?
If they can afford to make like very seasonal type of things very
Why can't
quickly,
just change
they
the
can
packaging?
change the
to Trader Joe's. It takes nothing out
Yeah.
to be like it's called Trader
Trader
Joe's.
Joe's.
And like I think what they were saying was like, well, we thought it would be disrespectful to like whitewash
So you're gonna name it
the
Trader
thing. So you're gonna name it
Ming's?
Trader Ming's. Also, it's more disrespectful. It's still whitewashed, even though
Yeah.
you put Trader
Oh,
Ming's
yeah,
on there.
yeah.
Like it's their
Are
food is like
you-
appropriative.
Yes.
And it's always like
Pumpkin
sometimes
flavor.
sometimes it's like good.
Yeah.
But most of the time, it's like a big miss.
Yeah.
Like their Indian food, I'd say like most people
Mm-hmm.
think is really good. The Chinese, more like Asian inspired stuff is like okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like there's like a few select good things. And then I mean you really can't like go terribly wrong with any like Hispanic food in
Yeah.
my opinion. But like it's all whitewashed already. Like
Yeah.
you have already Dan Bain, you whitewashed it already. Like
I haven't
it's too
tried
late.
much of the stuff.
I mean, not a
too
lot of
many.
it is vegan,
Right. Mostly from what I'm getting from Trader Joe's is like their produce and their
Yes.
veggies, which sometimes
Which
can
are
go
really good prices.
Yeah, which is really good price. I try not to go for the breads because they mold really fast. I find.
Mhm. That's what a lot of people were saying that.
Yeah.
They would come in and say, I would agree. I would get their like submarine rolls, and
Yeah.
I think they would last like 4 days in the
Dehydrated
beach.
mango, I'm like, that's
Yum.
great.
Mhm.
Like, yummy in my tummy. I've gotten
But like you understand, you can get that like you can get
anywhere.
produce and that
You can
like
get that
anywhere.
anywhere.
Bread anywhere.
Also, it's another issue, I think. Doesn't Trader Joe's not want to open in lower income communities because they want to like appeal to the hipster kind of like, have you heard about that?
I've never heard Trader Joe's or anybody at Trader Joe's saying that they don't want that, but
Yeah.
I do know there's like people have been like, why wouldn't you put this like affordable stuff in a community that
Right,
needs it?
that needs
right.
it.
And I have seen stuff like that.
It's
and you know
always
what?
the
Like
most
big
inaccessible
mad respect
places.
to Aldi because
yeah,
like
Aldi.
they just opened one like right on Broad by our school, like which
Yeah.
is a place, and like Aldi's super cheap.
Is it over there? Oh wait,
You know,
in
it's
the
on
back.
Ridge Ave.
Yes, it's like in the back. Like you have to kind of by Gerard almost.
It's like by that big sign that says Fairmount.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
Yeah, it's like it's right off of Broad.
Okay.
But like huge props to them because like it's accessible
Yeah.
there. You can literally it's a train ride away.
Right.
Like in a short train ride at that. You could
Yeah.
literally walk from Temple to it if you like had half an hour. Like stuff like that. Yeah, I don't think Trader Joe's necessarily
No.
gives a shit
Because
about
it's-
like the people that
No.
need kind of like their prices also, but like I can't speak for that, you know, like as somebody who just like worked there.
Yeah.
I never heard anything like
I feel like that was something I either read online or it's something I learned about in one of my like nutrition classes, but like kind of food deserts in Philadelphia are like a pretty common thing. Like for example, in like North Philly, there was one big grocery store in like a however many mile radius.
right, like Fresh Grocer
yeah,
is like the
and
only
that
thing
was
up there.
it. And
Yeah.
so other than that, you would have to travel to like go get your food, but then it's like what if you don't have a car or like
Right.
what if you don't have the time to? So it's anyway, so like
I
where
completely agree.
where I live, like my hometown, we don't have one over there, and like people would really benefit from like
From
a
that.
cheap grocery store being put in, but instead like we got a Whole Foods put in.
I'm not kidding. They built my store. We are like 5 miles from another Trader Joe's, like on the same road.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's weird. It's like
Yeah.
you could benefit, but I think they want to keep their.
I mean, they want money, which is cool, but like they can make money from people who.
But it's them
would
like
benefit.
wanting to keep the
The idea of a Trader Joe's.
Yeah, I was gonna say their demographic. Like they
Right.
wanted to see like, oh, this is who is like
Yeah.
the shopper. So anyway, the point of
just,
us
like,
like
I don't
ranting about
Yeah.
this all is just that like, I don't know. I feel pretty passionately about first of all, just like companies and advertising and how
Agreed.
that works, about like how people should not
It's
get attached.
manipulative.
Yes.
And like to be honest, if you are like out here sporting Trader Joe's, like it's your bloodline, stop. Like I'm not kidding. You need to like really discover who you are first
Yeah.
of all, and like find something else to
Gain a
do.
personality.
Gain a personality. Like if props to people who make money off of Trader Joe's though, like those channels that are like, here's all the
Oh.
things that I love. Props to you, but also like do something else too,
Right,
because
yeah.
like that, it is like all it does is like bolster like this one thing else I wanted to say.
Trader Joe's should be paying them for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, right. Like Trader Joe's needs you are all like employees of Trader Joe's and you're working for free.
Yeah.
You're working for free. Trader Joe's doesn't sell like merch or anything because they don't need to.
No.
You know, because you all do the advertising for them. Us making this video
Yeah.
right now
Yeah.
is doing the advertising for them.
And it also like goes for like any big thing in general. Like people are allowed to enjoy things. You're allowed to enjoy and like what you like and have fun with
Yeah.
whatever. That's not what like we're talking about. Like if you like that, you like that. But I'm saying like stop treating these massive, huge like corporations, conglomerates, whatever, as this like good thing without seeing the negative side to
right.
things.
Like exactly.
And then also then try and be like one of those people who are like, well, they treat you better there than anywhere else, when those people try to form unions or when
Yes,
those people
like Starbucks right now.
Yes,
They're
exactly.
all forming unions. It's
Etsy
like
is too right now.
like not that Starbucks doesn't pay, like Starbucks pays more than some other places, but it's still not good.
No.
Like
No.
people work hard. You know,
Yes.
Trader Joe's was also the most strenuous job I've ever had in my life.
right, like physically.
I have like really bad, like I would go through spells of really bad shoulder pain,
Mm-hmm.
back pain, neck pain, all this type of stuff, because the way Trader Joe's works is they rely so heavily on like the human body from us. And I was waking up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
for work to get up and like break down. So like my Trader Joe's story arc is like I worked in flowers. There's things like perishable sections and non-perishable sections. Pretty like self-explanatory. Yeah. Perishable sections are anything that goes bad in like a certain time range. Non-perishable is like cereal and dry things. I like flowers is a perishable section, pretty small section in my store. It was when I was working it, but I moved from, which like this is so like I can't be like angry at them that they didn't pay me more to be a section lead, but like because I was like fully like indoctrinated into the company. Like when you start a new job, and Trader Joe's taught me a lot about starting a new job. Like I always give like my 120% to the job, and like then when I start to fall off a little bit, they get angry with me because I am no longer like I was running the shit out of that section, working 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, also taking classes I was finishing my last semester of college. And when I like slowed down, they got very angry.
Yeah.
And they started scheduling me less. It was like this very like whirlwind of like, oh, hey, like I'm still of open availability and stuff. And they would like literally only give me like 3 or 4 shifts. And when you wake up at 5 a.m, you are breaking down what like pallets are like what all the stuff comes on. They are stacked like 9 feet high.
Yeah.
With heavy things. I was working in produce my last few months there. It's like boxes and boxes of like 80 pounds of potatoes and things like that. And I don't think they really had any. They like taught us like stretches or whatever, and told us take micro breaks and stuff. But like nobody realized like how strenuous that was on a person's body. It is hard.
Had the audacity to then reduce your wage.
I know, exactly. I'm like, oh my god, we work really hard at Trader Joe's, especially on an opening shift and closing shift. Like we work incredibly hard, and then you're tasked to like stand for the rest of your day, like working product. So you can do 2 things at Trader Joe's: work product or customer experience. You are tasked with working on register, standing for an hour, and then you go to work product where you're stocking shelves for an hour, right? Stuff like that. It wears you down doing that 5 days a week. It is, and there are more strenuous jobs out there. This job in particular was my most strenuous job, and I don't think that they really had any respect for how hard it was.
Yeah.
Because they like ended up getting rid of mid shifts at the Trader Joe's I worked at, so like no longer could people come in from like 9 to 5.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you guys for listening to today's podcast. And we'll see you next Tuesday. You guys know what that
Wait, are we
spells,
doing
right?
Tuesday still?
Yeah.
Cool. We're not see you Monday?
Nope. I want to do see you next Tuesday, so it spells out.
Yeah, I want to do see you Monday, so it spells out come.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll see you Monday.
That's disgusting.
Sorry.
Here now?
Sorry.
Are you a squirt sister or a squirt squad or cream?
Wait, what?
It was squirt squad or cream.
Comrade.
Comrade?
Yeah.
What?
No.
Oh God. Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.